Greetings, everyone. In case you haven't been keeping up with The View, and I feel pretty sure you haven't been because you're all intelligent people with a low tolerance for celebrity ass kissing and left wing propaganda, Robert De Niro appeared on Tuesday's episode of the disturbingly popular ABC daytime chat fest. The once great actor, who is now as well known for his stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome as his movies, was asked what he thinks about Trump crushing alleged President Joe Biden in the polls. In a response that had to be heavily censored, De Niro launched into a typically foul-mouthed, fear-mongering tirade comparing Trump to, predictably, Hitler and Mussolini. He went on to accuse Trump and his supporters of being driven by nothing more than anger and hate. He said, quote, "It's almost like Trump wants to do the worst that he could possibly do to show this country to F with us. His slogan should be, F America. I want to F America," unquote. And of course, this unhinged rant received no pushback from the show's co-propagandists like cranky hate-monger Whoopi Goldberg, who pushed the ridiculous narrative that if Trump seizes power again, he's going to install himself as dictator for life. This is especially rich coming from Democrats who have shown that they will stop at absolutely nothing to achieve one-party hegemony. Anyway, De Niro agreed with Whoopi and claimed that if Trump wins the election, it's over. There's going to be so much civil strife and chaos and craziness, he said. What does he think we have now under the corrosive, divisive, destructive Democrat regime led by Joe Biden in a culture that's entirely captured by the woke ideology that has America embroiled in a not-so-cold civil war? It wasn't Trump that started that. The left has been pushing the ugly narrative since the first day Donald Trump announced he was running for president, that his campaign and presidency are based on hatred and bigotry, and that the slogan "Make America Great Again" means turning back the clock to some white supremacist fever dream of the days before feminism and the emancipation of slaves. The Democrats have no other option but to push this narrative, because the decrepit puppet President Biden and his cackling moronic cohort cannot run on their accomplishments or popularity. The Democrats are panicking and have no alternative but to paint their political enemies as, gasp, a threat to democracy. The irony of all these accusations of anger and hatred is that they are pure Democrat projection. If you want to see real anger and hatred, look at the Trump derangement syndrome hysterics like De Niro, who threatened to punch Trump in the face and who gets positively apoplectic spewing hatred at Trump and his supporters. If you want to see real anger and hatred, watch any given episode of The View and listen to how the co-hosts talk about conservatives. If you want to see real anger and hatred, watch Biden denounce half the country as white supremacists and threats to democracy. There is no angrier and more hateful political movement than the radical left, which absolutely controls the Democrat Party. If you believe in border security or that our communities should be ruled by law and order and not crime and chaos, the left screams that you are racist. If you don't want your children exposed to the sexual grooming from gender activists posing as educators, the left screams that you are book burners and domestic terrorists and that your children should be taken away from you. If you don't believe girls and women's sports should be invaded and dominated by men pretending to be women, then the left screams that you are transphobic. This is hate-mongering, and it has created an irreparable divide in this country. The left-wing smear organization known as the Southern Poverty Law Center is fond of labeling conservative organizations as hate groups. The David Horowitz Freedom Center has been smeared by them as a hate group. My colleague at the Freedom Center, Daniel Greenfield, has been smeared as a hate group, all by himself. The truth is that the Southern Poverty Law Center is a hate group. The Democrat Party is a hate group. Progressivism itself is a political movement driven by hatred. A hatred for America, for Israel, for Western civilization, for the nuclear family, for capitalism and private property, for white people, for masculinity, for femininity, for heterosexuality, for Christianity and Judaism, all the usual suspects. The left is a hate group. The Democrat Party demonstrates every day that it hates you because you stand in the way of its agenda to fundamentally transform this country into a one-party state in which all dissent can be crushed. That's why they hate and fear Trump. And that's why they're going to lose in November. Thanks for watching. Be seeing you.